Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds Murder on Eridanos. Yes, we're back. It's, yeah, it's very purple here, I will say. Although it's a little whiter over there. So I think we're fine, I think we're A-okay. Yes, so we are here on Eridanos, where there has been a murder and we are trying to solve it. Although, I get the feeling things are about to become a little more complicated than that. Because, well, as you can see by this wonderful smiling person over here, well, she would if she wasn't doing her idle animation. Look, there are parasitical worms that like to live inside people, and bad things happen because of that. And yeah, this is all going to go really bad at one point. I can feel it coming, you know, the badness. Anyway, we got a couple of side quests to do over in this little area, assuming... Don't know why this map section doesn't load fast. It must be just like a bug or something. I'm sure there'll be a patch for it eventually. But we got a couple of side quests to do where we've got to look into something to see like sabotage and stuff. But in general, we're just exploring. So let's start with this building right over here because it's the closest. Let's go up here. And keep an eye out for nut job people with worms coming out of their necks. Because I'm not sure if that's always going to be a sign, you know? Or if... Oh, I don't know. Or if it's a thing of... Wait. Effusive host. Huh. I guess the gas mask didn't help either. They never do. Is there a door here? Is it just one of those buildings that doesn't actually have an entrance? Let's see a door. Nope, it doesn't have an entrance. It's one of those weird buildings. That's very strange. Okay, so that's not a thing then. Woo! Alright. Pollination swarms in the area. Oh, hello. What the fuck are you? Drunk Ravager.
Heads up! That's the last of them. Let's take him down!
Did he go away somewhere? There he is.
Just that good.
Well, we are now. Apparently these guys are just drunk. Hello. Oh, okay, fine. Don't say hi to me. No one ever wants to be my friend. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh. Some sort of hedge. Ooh. Frenzied host, huh?
Love a good brawl. I just want to be Are you laughing with your sorrow? With your sorrow? I just want to be your friend. Smile. Ah! I just wanted to make you smile.
Yeah. Ooh. That's not entirely unexpected at this point. I'm like, yeah, I kind of saw that coming. There's going to be nut jobs kicking around here. I mean, they got to have a way to put enemies into the DLC somehow, right?
Well done.
Yeah, well, I just got it good, didn't I? So yeah, these worm parasite things, I'm not sure how they're going to play into the larger plot, although I can guess. So I guess we'll just sort of wander around, see what
Great work.
we can find. And then just loot the place as best we can. Ooh, that section's sealed off. Why is that section sealed off? I don't know, but it is. shotgun, huh? Looks like there's bad things in there. Then again, there's bad things over here too. What is that? Exterminator auto bag?
Unexpected noise identified.
No, you're fine. We can just go in here then. Effusive host.
Shines on us today.
Works for me. Parasitical jelly. Alright. So this looks like just storage, I guess? Are these like hives of some kind? They might be like beehives for pollinating the trees and whatnot. Ooh, the hive. It's sealed. Is there another way in? Don't look like it.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Is there? Don't see anything. Might be on the other side of the barrier, perhaps? Let's see it.
What could that have been?
Jackasses eat again.
I just wanted to make you smile.
One down. Don't mess with us.
Boom! Level 35. Nice. Okay. What do I want? That's a really good question. What did I say I was going to put up? I had sort of a thing, didn't I, where I said, "Oh, let's do that." Oh, that's right. I was going to get these up to 60, wasn't I? And then put some persuade up. That's fine. Sneak, lockpick. Does lockpick need to be up anymore? Not really. It's up 22 with Felix. Medical, science. I feel like we need did we need persuade to be up? What were the things that I wasn't hitting properly? I can't remember if it was medical, science, or engineering. I might put medical up a bit because obviously if we're trying to solve a murder, we're gonna need some speech checks passed by this stuff. I'm guessing. But I wouldn't mind putting a few points into murder. Into medical. I don't know why I said that. Put 3 into there. Where did we put the other 3? I put a bit more into long guns. But I don't necessarily need any more on that. Science? See, I could just start really boosting medical to get up to that 4th drug unlock. I don't necessarily know if I can keep gaining levels after 35 now. I don't know if that would be a waste. Ah, screw it. Might as well. That's that. Ah, yes. We've hit a 5-pointer, haven't we? Okay, what do we want? Negative faction damage. Did really know what else I want. I feel like I've got all the ones that sort of suit my particular play style. Because I don't really use the companions as damage dealers. They're mostly just there to buff my own skills. You probably noticed. Suppose weapon reloads faster. I guess I could give you that. Companion abilities. I don't use them. I forget I've even got them half the time. I can make them more likely to attack my companions, which means I would be shot less. That wouldn't be a terrible thing. Let's do that. Assuming you've got the same things on? Yep, pretty much. They're threatening. Okay, now, what was I doing? Sapling road discovered. That's nice. Oh yeah, that's right. Something timeline discrepancy detected. It's probably inside the building. I just can't get in there at the moment.
Halt. Searching for unauthorized persons.
Oh, that's a lot of mags. Okay.
Everyone all right?
Yes. Anything else? Bunch of energy cells. I suppose that's something. Well, that's one of the things sorted out at least. I didn't realize I had to do that. I did think it was a bit odd that there were just random exterminator mechs here. I guess that was part of the quest I had to do. Was deal with them. Makes sense, I guess. So is there a way into this place? Looks like there is. Purpleberry puzzle hedges.
I'm guessing we can't just cut a path right through this maze, right? Nah.
Welcome to the Rizzo's Purpleberry Puzzle Hedges, Tremont. Grown on top of industrial sludge pit 27C, these unusually tall purpleberry trees have grown lush, luxuriant foliage and are literally bursting with extra specially piquant purpleberries. As you wander through our winding maze, feel free to try a fresh purpleberry right from a branch. Maybe you'll discover our next new flavor. Limit 1 berry per customer. Do not try any purpleberries outside of the puzzle hedges. Some visitors have speculated as to the presence of a treasure at the end of the maze. While Rizzo's has placed nothing like this in the puzzle hedges, we still encourage you to explore to your heart's content. Should you experience dizziness, faintness, or simply get lost among the hedgerows during your exploration, please do not try to contact Rizzo's personnel. Simply shelter in place and rescue will arrive within 72 hours, guaranteed, excepting unplanned shutdowns and any other times deemed inconvenient by management.
Makes sense. Hello. Samuel the Lawyer Hutz.
I've already told you 6 times, and I'll tell you 6 more. I don't want a fucking tour! You can badger me all you want. I don't care if I'm from Forest Mills. I'm here as an individual, and I have just as much right to be here as any other visitor. You're welcome to bring a lawyer if you really want to try to force me out, but I can guarantee you that I will bury them.
Beg pardon? Do you scream at every single person who purchases you, or am I special?
Don't play dumb with me. How many of you fools have I spoken to by this point? 7? 17? Wait a moment. You have all your teeth. You're not soaked in filth, and you don't look quite as slack-jawed as the regular Rizzo staff. Are you not with Rizzo's?
Penny finally dropped, did it? So Amber's having to get rid of a troublemaker. No, I'm not.
My mistake. I'd ask what your intention was for coming here in that case, but I imagine you're not here for the Spectrum original either. Regardless, please inform me if you'd be interested in a job. I've spent enough time out here that I'm starting to itch. I do not enjoy itching. I'm sure you have questions.
Yeah, I have all the questions. You said you work for Forest Mill, you said you're a lawyer? Yeah, what are you doing out here?
When the going gets tough, the lawyers start going. Some farther than others. I've been a junior lawyer for coming up on 20 years now. And quite frankly, I'm getting old. Hopefully, there will be enough legal kindling out here to fuel my firm for a while longer. And if I find that kindling, I stand to finally get my raise.
Fair enough.
I do indeed. Specifically, I'm their general counsel. Forest Mills, if you somehow don't know, owns Tile, Wentworth, Dock Rocket, and 24/7 Furniture. We're something of a big deal. I did. You see, Rizzo's has been advertising a contest in the puzzle hedges. Whoever gets to the center first gets a bottle of the first Spectrum ever made, the Spectrum Original. My interest, however, lies with the associated promise, the chance to attend the Spectrum Brown unveiling and meet Halcyon Helen.
Helen's dead, but Rizzo's hasn't formally cancelled the contest.
Indeed, you are a savvy one. Rizzo's can no longer make good on their promise, which means this entire contest is one big fraud case. All I need is a single piece of evidence. With the Spectrum Original bottle, which is located in the center of the puzzle hedges, I will have all I need to sue Rizzo's for all they're worth. That's where you come in.
Why would Rizzo's give one of their original products away for free?
I don't know if you know this, but Rizzo's is on the outs. They're losing power and losing money. This was no doubt a desperate bid to regain some lost clout. That, or their marketing team is particularly spiteful. You know the saying, I'm sure. Why work for a promotion when sabotage takes half the time and a quarter of the effort?
So why does Forest Mills want to sue Rizzo's?
Technically, I sue not on behalf of Forest Mills, but for my own benefit. In arbitration, it might be difficult to argue that this contest is designed to slight Forest Mills. However, as it so happens, if my lawsuit takes a chunk out of their savings, then I can collect while also damaging their capital. It's a mutual win. I make millions, Rizzo's falls further from the board's good graces, and Forest Mills products look that much more valuable compared to Rizzo's trash.
I suppose that makes sense. Not sure if I understand why you need my help, it's just a maze.
Navigating the maze is normally no easy task. Rizzo's has no interest in giving their property, however old, away for free.
No easy task, huh? We'll just see about that.
I'm glad you're feeling confident, but this maze is deadly by design. And if that weren't enough, Zimmerman and Navarre don't want anyone sneaking away with their prize. The place is mined and rife with murderous mechanicals.
That makes sense. Is anyone else trying to get it?
2 buffoons, but persistent buffoons. There's that woman from Glacial Age who has perhaps never had an original idea in her life and hopes to pass the original off as her own. Then there's Navarre, who is strange. I suggested I give her the original after my lawsuit if we worked together, but she wouldn't hear of it. It must be hers alone, it seems.
Well, okay.
Excellent. I look forward to finally being able to focus solely on legal matters. Oh, and keep an eye out for competitors. Odds are they'll be looking out for the original as well.
So this is a legit maze then, huh? Oh, so it is. Well, that's neat. Well, okay then. Let's just... Okay, so we got that. So I'm assuming that if we look at the map, yeah, see, it's just a block. Would have been too easy, wouldn't it? Well, okay. Let's see if we can start forming a mental map. Oh, hello.
My word, stranger, you sure gave me a fright. I thought you were one of those strange sorts heaving all over the place. Maybe they got a bad batch of purpleberry wine.
No, I think it's the alien
Since
slugs in their
you don't
head.
seem to be laughing maniacally or projectile vomiting, think you could do me a favor? I'm trying to come up with a new name for a Glacial Age product, but the creative side of things just isn't my area of expertise. Do you happen to have any ideas?
Oh. Wandering through a head mage asking strangers practice device the pastime of yours. I guess I could try.
Great! Don't worry too much about getting it wrong. If the high runners hate your idea, I can always just blame it on an intern. So, the company I'm with is Glacial Age. Our products usually have a finer ring to them, and the product I'm trying to name is a vodka. Take your shot.
Rainbow Ice Vodka. Do you think a volatile vodka? It appeals to the Hammersmith crowd. Distilled Dreams by Glacial Age, if you want to seem really uppity. Ooh, Distilled Dreams by Glacial Age.
Wow, that sounds great! I'm sure my bosses will love it. And don't worry, I'll absolutely credit you in one of the product footnotes.
I get a funny feeling you're not just here to sightsee.
Hell no! Who'd sightsee in a place like this? I've nearly stepped on 3 landmines, and I just had to crawl through a hole in a hedge to keep myself from being crisped up by a mechanical. When you hear the word maze, do you typically think of instant death lurking around every corner? Because I sure don't.
It'll take a while guessing. During the maze, you want to reach the center.
Close. I want what's in the center. You've heard of the competition, right? Whoever gets to the center gets a rare Rizzo's product and the chance to meet Halcyon Helen? My eyes on the rare Rizzo's product, namely the Spectrum Original, the first product Rizzo's ever made. I intend to reverse engineer it and make it Glacial Age's own.
You mean you're gonna slap your label on the bottle and say you made it?
Ooh, this is dandy. I was not expecting any feedback from field testing before I'd even created the product. I'll be sure to jot that down for future reference. All I need for my prototype is the original itself. Then I can start production.
Doesn't seem really make your own kind of dishonest.
Dishonest? I've only ever heard that word used in that arbitration serial Lawful Labelle. Rizzo's steals, Spacer's Choice steals, Auntie Cleo steals. And so, if Rizzo's decides to release one of their original products for anyone to take, then it's Glacial Age's right to swoop in and be proactive.
You're not the only one seeking this product, are you?
Reckon not. I've seen a couple of folks as out of place as, well, me. One's a lawyer. You can tell by the smell of cigarettes, booze, and tears. Must sense there's a lawsuit to be found with the original. On principle, I don't want him to get it. Also, ran into a woman with a funny look in her eye. Plain told me she wanted the prize so she could stick it on a shelf. Hell's the use in that. Shelf ain't gonna help nobody.
Yeah, technically I already promised to give the original to someone else.
Looks like the others are getting a little more aggressive. I know it's asking a lot, but maybe you could find it for me instead? Help out a struggling R&D developer?
Let's see why you wanted my help.
It's these damn puzzle hedges. I don't know what I look like, but I reckon it ain't like a scrapper. That place is fit to burst with mines and killer machines.
Makes sense.
No doubt the work of my rivals. Better no one can get to the original if they can't have it.
Alright, good luck with that.
My oh my, wouldn't it be wonderful if a freelancer could help rescue me from my horrible plight?
Alright, goodbye. So yeah, we can basically turn it into anybody, I suppose. This way, indeed.
I'll keep quiet.
Processing data.
We'll be over quickly. Our victory is their defeat.
Good enough. What the hell is this? Like a sprinkler thing? Guess it's a sprinkler thing. Alright, what do we got? Oh, see, now that's going to keep it very problematic. You have to crawl through holes. That's going to make it very difficult to keep track of everything. I'm pretty decent with mazes. Like, assuming you can't just... No, you can't just walk through the hedge. I was going to say maybe that could be like the joke, is that there probably is no center. Unless you like know of a secret passage or something. Alright, so that section's all sealed off. This way was... That's a dead end. So in terms of going this way, the only other way forward is through here. So it was indeed this way. Alright, so that's that. Just forming a little mental map. Alright, so we got two directions over here. That's a dead end. Hello, you're the oddball one, aren't you?
Greetings. Have you brought your auto mechanical to the service technician lately?
What you just said sounded both banal and scripted enough to be a code phrase. Am I wrong?
Clever, aren't we? Should be careful. Making accusations like that could get a body into a lot of trouble. Anyway, forget it. You aren't the person I was looking for.
Okay.
You're not covered in a layer of dirt, fertilizer, and self-loathing. Listen, I don't know you, so I'd rather keep my admissions to a minimum without the presence of legal counsel. I was waiting for someone to give me information about these hedges. That's as much as you need to know.
And much, much more than we wanted to.
I take offense to that. I think.
So you're after prize and center of the hedge too.
Shh, not so loud. Ah, damn it. I guess you already know. I am indeed looking for the prize. You've caught me.
Finding the bottle won't let you get to the unveiling while you're here.
What interest have I in an unveiling? I don't watch much in the way of serials, and crowds only make it easier for people to get behind you. I'm after the Spectrum original itself. And not to drink. Have you noticed that there's no trace of anything the corporations have done in the past? In fact, this contest for the original is the only time I've ever seen a corp refer to a prototype product not currently on the market. And why isn't it on the market?
That is a bit strange.
Indeed. And it's happened before. Seems the Corp are trying to hide their past failings. Anyhow, it's valuable to me to collect that which might inform future generations.
Not the only one looking for it, I bet.
There's a bottom feeder who sees an easy payday connected to it, but he's hardly worth considering. I also briefly engaged with an optimistic young woman intending to use the original as a springboard for upward mobility. Better than letting it rot, but still not ideal.
Technically, I already promised to give it to someone else.
And how do you know the others aren't secretly Rizzo's agents who'll stab you in the back and take the bottle the moment you turn away? Give me the original and your actions will actually matter. I can promise you that.
Okay.
Think fast. Keep your voice down.
Who exactly are you?
Nobody of consequence. Think of me as an archivist. I collect that which the corporations have dismissed as failures and try to sweep under the rug. Take the recalled Spacer's Choice Powerhead. It was a shotgun shell on a stick, apparently supposed to be used like a spear. Had a tendency to ream the user's torso with buckshot. Corps don't want the common man to know about screw-ups like that, which is why I keep my actions decidedly in the shadows.
Prior Orchard contact.
I did. Someone I paid to inform on the orchards after I heard murmurs of a prize here. For security reasons, I never learned much about my contacts. All I knew about this one was that they were a groundskeeper. But the one here is either senseless or acting very well. Presumably, whoever I was in contact with was lying. Or before they were found out and hurled off the side of Eridanos. It's a risk of the business.
Alright, well, goodbye. Okay. So, we got basic roots. Ooh, hello.
Well done. We are victorious.
Well, we're on level 35 and it doesn't look like we're still gaining levels, so I guess 35 is not the cap. That's all that. Good. That. Mine on the floor there. That's a dead end. Okay. It's hitting a bloody invisible wall. Right, okay, so we've had, yeah, 2 entrances to like a second half of the maze. Okay. Big Rizzo's sign on the floor. Okay, that's a dead end. We got that. Woo. Dead end there too. Random trash compactors for some reason.
Got a fight on our hands. Don't you frown at me. Nice hit. That's the last of them.
Okay, that happened. That wasn't planned, it just sort of happened. Coming through now. Alright, we got that. Can we get with the lag here and there? I'm not sure why. Go around this way. That seems to be back to... Yes, okay. No, wait, that's not... Ah, no, that's the one I came in through. Right, so we connected back up with that. Let's check down here. I don't think this is going to be too much like a proper maze. It's more going to be just sort of a series of areas. One after another. Yep, okay. Trying to be at least relatively methodical about this. Hope we find something else soon. There's that. Oh, hello. Treasure must be near. Can I smell it? Well, I could if I have any sensation of nose or mouth. Been eating purple berries for the last day. And though at first they were pleasant, lately it's been harder and harder to work my jaws to chew them. 60% of this made under the pretense of a friendly hunt for the maze's secret. Only a fool would take that at face value. Carter got us lost in a few hours, and Sydney and some of the others became abrasive. I decided to be proactive. Few people to split the reward with. Before I shot him, Carter claimed that it wasn't worth it. The treasure could be shared. He must have been desperate indeed if he thought I would fall for the same trick twice. Whatever the case, I'm sure I'll be up and searching again. Find the treasure or I will die trying. Well, definitely looks like you died trying. And this would be... yeah, okay. So that's all that. I will say this maze is quite sizable. I'm not going to say it's impossible to get lost in it, but it might be difficult to guarantee I've seen all the areas in it. That's the tricky part. Probably like maps for this thing online already, because there always is. Hey, okay, right.
System.
Nice hit!
Can we do that again?
No. Alright. All that. Yep, that's back that way.
Like most things in life, the goal of our search is not where it was thought to be.
Yeah. So if that's the middle, which it demonstrably is. All that for just one Adreno? That's not very good. I think we're back in an area I've been in before. Yes, in fact I remember this. So I got ambushed by all those people.
Nice hit! That's the last of them.
All that and nothing even on them. Pointless. Right. Well, okay then. Looks like we found what we were looking for in the end. Didn't even realize this was it.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Is there now? Ooh. There's something somewhere around here.
Analysis. Ground appears to be scattered with purpleberry seedlings. This particular strain is of a variety proprietary to Rizzo's and should not be in common use.
The seedlings half buried in the dirt. Okay. As you turn it over, you find a label on the bottom that reads propriety of Carter Reynolds Botanist. The person who took the original didn't hide the track so well. Ooh, is that it? Congratulations, Explorer, you've reached the center of everything, so we enable you to a 5% discount on certain Rizzo's products that select Rizzo's vending machines. Note that the problem is the discount is non-binding. Any failure to find Rizzo's vending machines accepting the discounts responsibility to the holder. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, someone got here first. Now we just gotta get the hell out. Oh, did I get that? Oh, I did not. The exit thingamajiggy should be somewhere. Nope. No, it should be over here? Question mark. Where is that little doorway? Oh, come on, where are you? We've gone too far one way. No, you're right, I have. There you are.
I was hoping that by the time you came back, I'd have...
Got to where the original was supposed to be, but it's gone. Sorry.
Ain't great news, but I'm glad you've got a direction. I don't have much of a backup plan if you...
So they're not really going to mention much except the fact they're disappointed. I suppose that's fair. Still, we got a clue at least. Well, that was fun. I always enjoy a good maze. You don't get them that much these days. Too many people using GPS. That would be really one way to cheat in a maze, wouldn't it? Go into a maze, but you take your mobile phone and then just look up the aerial view on Google Maps or something. Which would really, really destroy the point of going into a fucking maze, wouldn't it? Now, I was over here earlier and it beat me about some sort of timeline discrepancy. Oh, hello.
Behold Rizzo's all-natural orchards. Trademark. Unlike our competitors, who think they can do better than nature, we let nature take its course. Only better.
Of course.
Instead of the lowly honeybee, at Rizzo's we have crossbred wasps and mosquitoes to create the all-natural wasquito. Copyright. With their elongated proboscises and stingers, these hardy insects are capable of both pollinating our lovely fragrant fruit flowers, while at the same time defending them from any and all pests that might harm them in any way. It's an all-natural solution to an all-natural problem. And it's all Rizzo's.
Aren't wasps like an actual enemy in the main game? Oh god, I'm trying to remember now. I think they were. Did you fuckers make these things?
Do not pick any fruit in the orchard. Should you encounter a swarm of wasquitos on your trip through the orchard, please refrain from defending yourself. Wasquitos are expensive to breed and maintain, and any damage to the swarms will be billed directly to you, or to your next of kin as appropriate. If you are caught outside during a pollinization cycle, Rizzo's recommends entering the fetal position and or feigning death. Speaking of death, Rizzo's also recommends avoiding the electric containment field surrounding the hive. Wasquitos are averse to the charge and will not come near the field, but most humans cannot sense changes in air currents. Rizzo's assumes no responsibility for any visitor electrocutions.
Yeah, that makes sense. So where was this? It sort of beeped around here. Yeah, it's in here, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So it's in the building, but I can't go in there because it's sealed for some reason. Probably could have to go in there because of plot later on, but it could be there's a way inside on top, but probably not. Nothing in the immediate area to jump on. Okay, so yeah, that's something for later. I was right in the first place. Just wanted to double check.
Here we go. That's one down. That's too tough. Try something else.
That's fine.
Oh my! You gotta get past that armor. That's the last of them.
Damn straight. Alright.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Sheriff's hospital stick is bent and cracked, exceeding hospital regulation requirements. The end of the hospital stick is matted with Rizzo's dark
Bits of
matter
wicker
chocolate.
detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product.
Oh, damn it, I don't have enough strength for that. Someone uses top of to completely obliterate a picnic basket. Maybe it's some kind of upper class mating ritual. I mean, hey, you never know. Okay.
The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hackers, like Black Hole Birdie. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his usual strength threshold by 52%.
Bertie didn't take kindly to having his advances rebuffed by Ms. Bellamy, in other words.
So all the evidence we've been collecting, at least in sort of the first part of the game, has been pointing to Black Hole Bertie being the killer. So he's probably not the killer, he's the fake-out killer. Because there's always a fake-out killer in these things. I've watched more than enough episodes of Castle to know that. Want any closer than that? Or is it just... Ooh.
These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110% chance with a 10% margin of error that they were left by Ruth Bellamy, the actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Spacing between each footstep is short and the imprint in the dirt deep as if determined. Appear that Helen was in a hurry. If she was in a hurry, wouldn't the footsteps be further apart?
Did you find something?
Helen was in a hurry and she thought she was being followed.
Wow. You sound just like Agent Khan when he's on the case.
I'll take your word for that.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Yeah, but it looks like she was going the other way. Oh, was I supposed to? Yeah, I probably picked it up backwards.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
So what's that one over here?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
What's around here? Oh.
Analysis. This discarded canister is typical of the R-mounted storage tanks on the Orchard's agricultural mechanicals. However, it is not currently attached to a mechanical. This canister contains a high amount of vinegar in addition to water. Warning. Use of vinegar, a known herbicide, on purpleberry saplings is a violation of Rizzo's agricultural standards.
Makes sense. Discrepancy amplifier. Where are these canisters usually kept?
These canisters can typically be found in the nursery storage building in the purpleberry orchards, except for this one, which can be found here.
Well done.
Chemical makeup of substance: 50% water, 50% vinegar. Trace amounts of woolly cow feces also detected.
That's random, but okay. Huh. That was actually unconnected. That was just coincidental. Okay. Rizzo. Why is there a bunch of mock apples in here?
That's what you get! That's the last of him!
I should bloody well hope so. Stop squishing me. He's going squish and it's annoying. Right, what else we got? Things to loot.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as... Timeline. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
I'd say this guy's supposed to be getting annoying. Sorry, I'd say this guy's getting annoying, but I think he's supposed to. Would have been better if I didn't pull that up.
Timeline. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Stand in awe before our huge Rizzo's Hothouse Conservatory trademark. This building hosts almost as many plant breeds as we have delicious products. Almost. Are you wondering about that omnipresent warm and fragrant mist? That's just our all-natural fertilizing spray, made of pureed sissy pig waste products. From nature, back to nature. Our spray is part of the cycle of life. Note, Rizzo's discourages inhalation of its safe and natural liquid fertilizer. In case of accidental inhalation, please record any unusual effects and give that record to the nearest Rizzo's employee as quickly as possible. Remember, you are part of the Rizzo's family. Be kind to your family.
Okay. Oh, hello you.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
So did she come through here?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Here they come. Now that was fun.
Sure it was. I've gone completely off of where I was actually exploring, just following those bloody tracks. Oh well, happens all the time, I guess. So she definitely came this way. Why would she go all the way around the houses?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
No kidding.
Congratulations, Inspector. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Is there? Ooh.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline. Congratulations, Inspector.
Such lovely weather calls for a harvest, I do believe. Well, sweet hello there, valued visitor. I am sure sorry to break it to you, but our orchards are closed to all officially guided tours at this precise moment in time.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm pretty sure that grin is permanent.
Why, thank you! Rizzo's encourages all workers to put on a happy face when engaging with valued customers. Rizzo's does beseech you to please purchase one of our self-guided options if you're wishing to join one of our rejuvenative, relaxing, reformatory tours. Now with a Puzzle Hedges trademark maze hunt and special edition taste testing for an extra 35 bits a ticket.
I want an investigation.
What kind of investigation? You wouldn't happen to be from the health inspection office, would you?
No, I don't think health inspector officer didn't think Halcyon had those.
For sure there is. The Health and Safety Bureau is board run and certified.
Of course it is.
So in Eridanos, all inspectors effectively work for Rizzo's. Well, and other representative member corporations of the board. It turns out, The other board corps get a hearty chuckle out of harassing Rizzos with regular safety checks. It's really not fair if you think about it. Just because we own less shares on the board than the others doesn't mean we should have to deal with health and safety inspections when the others don't.
Because I would definitely hope you're paying. If you like paying fine. Yeah, I guess you're lucky day. No health concerns here.
Oh, goody. It seems I was unduly worried that something must have fallen through regarding our monthly bribe to Slug.
I'm looking for Halcyon Helen's killer.
Grisly stuff, that. I heard the poor gal got her brain pan bashed in. Not that she probably had much rattling around there to start with, if you know what I mean.
Elaborate.
Someone hit her in the head, real hard. Then she died. Can't imagine who might have had the hitting power to crack a skull. Well, aside from one of our tossball hackers, I guess. But no Rizzo's employee would commit such an atrocity. We're far too content with life for that. Won't find an unhappy Rizzo's employee in all of Eridanos. No diddly-dee-dum, you won't.
Not when they got a giant slug in their neck, I guess, huh? Seen any murder weapons lying around? Bottles of poison, smoking laser pistols, bloody blunt force objects?
Can't say that I have. We use bad batches of liquor for our pesticides. Only the exterminator mechanicals are armed around here. And I haven't seen any bloody objects aside from the usual pair of gardening shears. Unless, that is, Miss Helen was also stung to death by pollinization wasquitos. She wasn't, was she? That would be a mighty wretched way to go.
Deadly pollinization wasquitos?
Pollinization by killer wasquitos, indeedy. It's cutting-edge Rizzo's technology. But don't you worry, valued visitor. Our pollinization cycles only run when the orchards are empty, for safety reasons. When a pollinization cycle finishes or is aborted, all wasquitos are biologically programmed to return to the hive, their holding pen. Of course, the very last thing Rizzos would want is a beloved tourist bumbling into the hive and triggering an unscheduled cycle, so you'd best steer clear of it for safety. You'll know the hive by its big, glimmering electric fencing.
Yes, I've been there. Already purchased a golden ticket. Groundskeeper.
Well now, you certainly are an individual of refined taste. There are folks who defend the premium option and its sprat petting zoo, but once you've been bit by one sprat, you've been bit by them all. Of course, tours of any excess level must be suspended during a scheduled pollinization cycle. Our wasquitos are quite territorial and have been known to sting both workers and visitors alike.
Makes sense. So yeah, you the groundskeeper?
Yes, indeedy. I've got the wondrous honor of having just been promoted to third keeper of the grounds after the last one disappeared on the job. Gosh, I guess about a week ago now. Before my morning clock-in last Sunday, I was but a lowly nanner peeler picker on the line shift. Now I'm responsible for growing every twig and berry on this vast swath of fertile land.
Right, yeah, you don't find it suspicious the last groundskeeper just went missing?
Heaven sweet, no. It's not like he was murdered. He simply disappeared without a trace and hasn't been heard from since. And the groundkeeper before that one? Well, she wasn't missing at all. Her body was found near hive control, covered head to toe in thousands of welts. No mystery, and certainly no murder with what happened there. I mean, you can't exactly hold some wasquitos on trial. Accidents do happen on the job.
I'll bet. So, wait, no, we're not going over missing groundskeeper.
Can't speak for others, but I most assuredly don't. I reckon you could talk to my supervisor, the overseeing orchardist. He would know more. I used to ask questions, but gee, I just don't feel the urge to anymore.
Yeah, funny that. I think I've heard enough,
of course.
Thanks. Yes. Yeah, Halcyon Helen came through here.
Kinda hard for a gal to go sightseeing when she's deader than dirt, don't you think? Oh, you mean before today? She did come by, but not during any official tour time. I thought she'd hired a private tour at first, but it was Dr. Blossom who was showing her the way to the RR and DD labs. Can't imagine why she'd need to meet with our head researcher on the Spectrum product line outside of her lab hours. Unless, of course, it had to do with the new product unveiling.
Oh, I just put 2 and 2 together. Okay. Right. So, okay, hang on. Let's get to the end of this conversation, and I'll just tell you what my brain 2 puzzle pieces connected. And I was a spokesperson Spectrum on that campaign.
That's right. She was. She sure made for some lovely adverts. Maybe it might have involved an issue with the launch batch then? I can't rightly say. All I know is one of our certified tour guides could have given her a much more comprehensive tour of the grounds were that her interest.
Alright, I've heard enough things. Okay. Yeah, let's...
There's a...
Okay. Thought has occurred. Remember when I talked about how bottles of alcohol sometimes come with worms in them? And I vaguely mentioned, hey, that bottle of brown looks like it's got a pretty big worm in the bottom. And what does everybody around here have in their necks? Giant mind-controlling worms. What if the plan is to sell Spectrum Brown with the mind-controlling worms inside of it so that everybody gets a worm in their head? I don't know if this is a plan by Rizzo's or if this is a plan by some other nefarious thing and Rizzo's is just like unfortunately being used by them. But I think that's where the story's going. Just like a couple of pieces just went in my head in like a split second. I probably should have seen that coming beforehand because you had the worms in people's necks and you had the worms in the bottles, and I should have put that together before, and I didn't. And I'm not sure why. I think it was him talking about, because Halcyon Helen is, of course, the spokesperson for Spectrum Brown. She probably would have wanted to make sure the product was safe before she slapped her name on it. Probably. Anyway, it has gone 4 o'clock, so we're going to take a quick break. I'm pretty sure that's where the story's going. I could be completely fucking wrong, but just off the top of my head, I think that's where the story's going. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see if I'm right as we go forward. Back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Okay, we still got some footprints down here to scan. I noticed somewhere. Where are they?
Timeline is congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
So yeah, it seems as though footprints went up that way. They went through the place and seemed to go to the bit where there was like a date planned set up, I guess. I'm not sure on that one. But I can't understand that. Probably if I'd have actually followed the path rather than wandering off, might have made a bit more sense. Because then I would have had to have actually, you know, followed the route. Oh, hello. Nice. Oh, well, we're still gaining experience, I suppose. Alright, what we got. Yeah, let's have a word with this guy, because A, we got to talk to him about the whole, you know, the drink that was missing, and B, I might be able to talk to him about other things.
Hey, what are you doing in here? Are you authorized to be in the conservatory? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Are you my ex-wife? No, she fell off the side of Eridanos under mysterious circumstances 6 years ago, conveniently rendering our marriage contract null. You must be the new, groundskeeper? That can't be it either, seeing how the new one hasn't died yet. Just who are you?
That's a hard question to answer. Who am I? Really? Who are any of us?
Merciful law, that sounds like a lot of philosophism, which is highly outlawed throughout Halcyon. But I won't report you, considering how heavily armed you are.
Wise choice.
Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a body forget how stiff it gets, bent over plants all day. Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel.
Found this bottle at the heart of the purple hedges, said it's yours.
Oh, there that damn thing is. Thank you. I guess this proves it's wise to label your things. Otherwise, some fool might use them as prizes in an ill-advised scavenger hunt.
Got it real close to where I found the original Rizzo's. Strange, huh?
I will admit, I did take the original, yes. But I did so to keep it away from those who shouldn't have it. It's safer in my hands. If you're here to get it, I might suggest you give up. I'm known to be quite a stubborn git.
What do you want the original for?
I didn't want it for anything. I needed to keep it safe. Rizzo's almost never makes mistakes, but offering a classified original product to the public for free? Any upstart might grab it and use it to make Rizzo's look bad, or steal it to make a new product offshoot, or, law forbid, start a lawsuit of some kind. Better I hold on to it.
That's literally the three things that people want the bottle for. Okay, so one person wants to show off that Rizzo makes mistakes. One person wants it to sue Rizzo's for no real reason whatsoever. Another person wants to steal it to make it into their own project, and he just wants to keep the whole thing safe. Can I just take it and drink it myself? Thinking the miners and kill mechanicals were a bit of an overreaction.
The what now? I didn't order any mines or machines. I just paid Slug to encourage people not to enter the puzzle hedges.
Subtle.
Figured they just dress somebody up like a primal and chase maze-goers, like we did after the Spectrum Black unveiling a decade back. Or maybe that was a real primal. I forget.
You're taking Rizzo makes it. Seems like Rizzo's lied about the prize, which is fraud. Who do I think should get it? That's the question. I mean, the other three, none of them really care. This guy at least seems to care about his employer. I'm always tempted to just leave it with him. Yeah, so you can persuade, intimidate, or lie to him to get a hold of it. Which makes sense, really. He's not exactly a tough guy or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, you got the lawsuit guy who just wants to sue the company for no real reason other than just his own personal ambitions. You got the woman, again, with her own personal ambitions. Yeah, it's all about personal ambitions, and this guy doesn't seem to care about himself. He cares about the company he works for. They're not a great company, but at least I can respect and admire, you know, so what I'm looking for? Loyalty to the job. Yeah, you're right. You can keep it.
You've made the right call, youngster. I might not be the richest, but I can give you some of my seed funds as thanks. I'll make sure this doesn't end up in the wrong hands. And as for yourself, stay out of trouble,
Do I need to talk to them, or is that it just complete? Nope, quest completed. Yay. Excellent. Well, there we go then. Okay. I got a bit of cash out of it. Alright, so that's that one done. Very good. Okay. Back over this way, apparently. Gotta find a way in here first. Bloody hedges everywhere.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Yeah, it's in there. Okay. Gotta get in there first. Here we go. Do I need to...
This console is 95% non-functional. Remaining 5% functionality stems from display reading, console non-functional. Cause of shortout is most likely related to purple residue splattered all across the keyboard.
Taste the residue, perform chemical analysis.
Substance contains trace amounts of purple berry, fruit flavors, and artificial sweeteners number 35, number 49, number 240, number 322, number 314, and many, many, many others.
Console. When closer contact tells you not much, there's a lot of buttons. Taste it.
So how's it taste? Wait, let me guess. Purple berry.
Super sugary with a sweet tang of purple berry and a bunch of other tropical flavors all mixed together. Meshes well with a faint flavor of oil. So it does look as though they were all accidents, I guess. Although I'm not sure because, like, where the hell did the robots come from? Unless, oh, I suppose they could have escaped from the maze. That's entirely possible. Right. What about this place? What are you? Hello.
Rizzo's would be remiss to fail to mention the Orchard Storage Warehouse. Without this impressive-looking building, there would simply be no orchards. Gaze in amazement at the impressive construction of the front door, the sleek roof and glittering piping, the lush walls keeping this gem hidden from the rest of the orchard. This warehouse is truly, truly a wonder. One can only guess at the secrets contained within. We hope you enjoyed your unguided tour through the orchards. Rizzo's company and employees are hereby absolved of any pain, injury, or disease that you may have suffered during your visit. Have a great day and visit us again soon.
Right. Oh, there's a in here. Hello. Ooh. Screw it. Already started taking it. Okay, what do we got? Very orchard storage. Please do not attempt to lick any part of the storage buildings. Contain at least 40% cyanide, because of course they do. See, inventory records, current inventory. God, no, to account with about 23. Status beat up. Mosquitoes are stinging these. Breaking the stingers and dying. Should probably keep them separate. Mock apples and purple berries. Heck of a lot. Hard to count. Do we really get a number of every single fruit? We got more than enough. Mosquitoes. A couple of hundred high. Status really grumpy. Don't get stung by these. Spectrum vodka. All colors. One left. One shipment to the purple hedges. One to the nut hut. Yeah, I forgot that was the name of that place. Swing by the nut hut with some savings later today. Been a long week. Okay, groundskeeper's notes. Purple berries are growing a hell of a lot faster than the automechanicals can pick them. I should be mighty perturbed by what we're wasting, but since I had that treatment, all I felt was glad about things. Goodness, this promotion sure was life-changing. Speaking of, Rudy, I have a feeling you're reading this. Caught you a couple of times peeking at me from behind the hedges and the like. How about you swing by my shack and we bury the hatchet? I wonder if you meant that literally. I'm a changed man since you recommended me for this promotion. Got a bottle of Spectrum vodka we can share. And a chapter of brand new Halcyon Helen cereal. I knew you never liked that I got advanced copies. Also, 8-year-old Superior described you as misanthropic Lord Damned Redacted. I don't expect you would ever acclimatize to your position of productivity an all-time high. I don't precedent award one-time 15-minute break to be taken at your discretion. Quick rhetorical question. Let's say rhetorically that one of the Wilderness Exploration Reserve keepers got drunk and thought he'd indulge himself in some after-hours hunting. Let's say he theoretically released our primals, and those primals theoretically proceeded to beat him to death with his own rifle, then escaped to the orchard. Obviously, I'm just worrying for the sake of worrying, but if something like that were to happen, I'm not saying it did, especially since such a screw-up would cost me my job. Theoretically, Rizzles may have tested some of their products on these primals. These primals may have acquired a taste for Rizzles booze that I know you have stocked in the orchard. If you see any wandering primals, I'm not saying you will. Please, for love of love, send me a message. That explains why there's primals over here, at least. That's something. Alright, and oh, she's got no, there she is. Hello.
Hey! Oh, Wait. I'm supposed to say the slogan. Okay, you can do this, Anna. Here goes. It doesn't matter if you're you or me. We're all part of the Rizzo's family. How was that?
That was quite enthusiastic.
That's one way to put it. Well, I don't have enough lie for that. Maybe I need to up lying at some point up to 65. A lot of things are lying at 65. I may need to up that if I level up again. I don't think that was Rizzo's slogan, or any company slogan for that matter.
Ouch. Well, your candor's appreciated, even if it means I'll have to hit the books even harder tonight. I'm sure you've guessed it, but I'm not the best at remembering slogans. And when I can't remember them, I tend to just make them up.
It wasn't a
But
bad
I guess
attempt.
that's why I'm just an intern and not a full-timer. At least, not yet.
Have been causing trouble in the orchards, have you? Don't think I've met an intern before. Do you know a legal actor running around?
Oh yes. I thought I saw someone who looked self-important enough to be her by the conservatory some time ago. Not to speak ill of the dead. I simply never liked the way she stole the limelight from the true star. Burbage 3001.
You're a Burbage fan.
I certainly am. That aerodynamic chassis, how the light glints off his rotund head, the way he enunciates, cry havoc, and let loose the cadence of war. Excuse me, I got a little lightheaded there. Nobody does Shakespeare like Burbage. What were we talking about?
What about Spencer Woolrich?
Who?
Never mind, that's show business, I
suppose
guess.
so. I also suppose Helen won't be stealing the limelight ever again.
Suspicious. Not that suspicious, but suspicious. A little bit. I don't think I met an intern
It's
before.
not so different from being a regular worker, just with less pay and less respect. Oh, it's also more dangerous than traditional employment. You don't have the experience to back up your work yet, but being fired isn't any less threatening. Work-wise, I do a bit of everything. The orchards have been short-staffed as long as I've been working here. So if there's an odd job around, it usually gets passed to me.
How'd you get your position?
Laws, you've got a sixth sense for finding the most embarrassing question, huh? My mother is the Rizzo's assistant vice president of flavor testing. She set me up with this position, mostly to keep me from troubling her work, I think. Consequently, I don't always feel like I deserve to be here. All the more reason to work harder, I say.
That's admirable. Take it you don't want to stay an intern?
Much as I love delivering coffee and medical attention, not quite, no. Don't tell anyone I said this, but I sometimes feel that our workers could be treated a little better. Maybe only get electrocuted awake every other day? So I'm shooting for administration in Rizzo's. Maybe even the board itself. Best way to evoke change is from the inside, I think.
That's right. Aim for the moon. Worst case scenario, you'll crash into a meteor. Why being an intern is riskier than typical employment?
Much higher chance of promotion. If I can tough it out here without getting axed, I can skip the 5+ years of customer service I'd normally have to deal with. I can prove my merit here and move up in the world. And the sooner I do that, the sooner I can set to improving things for everyone else.
Yeah, helping folks is dangerous. Board doesn't like people who mess with the status quo.
Mother did mention that from time to time, but she always kept me far away from her work. Who could complain about happier workers and higher profit gains?
Okay.
Happy to enlighten you on the fascinating world of internships.
Oh good, you're looking at me again.
Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Unless you already have, and I've forgotten. In which case, I probably won't forget a second time.
You haven't been going trouble around the orchard, have you?
What? No, that's ridiculous. I can't tell you I've never made any mistakes, but it'd be pretty hard to keep my job if I were trying to break everything.
Fair enough.
Though there was the time I tried to fix a broken hinge on one of our mosquito hives and released a swarm. Chased me around the orchards 3 times before I managed to get help.
Considering the whole sting you to death thing, I feel like you got off easy.
Don't I know it? Worker friend of mine ran afoul of one of the swarms and had to get new kidneys. Not due to renal failure, but because the mosquitoes kept stinging his kidneys. Don't worry though, mosquitoes are typically only about when living folks aren't in the orchards.
You hope. What happens if mosquitoes get out during visiting hours?
I am contractually obligated to tell you that mosquitoes never get out during visiting hours. But when they do, the only way to get them to return is to go directly to hive control and activate emergency recall. Which isn't easy, considering all the hives near control. But this is all a departure from what I wanted to say. I've been trying to help the orchards, not harm them. Hold a moment. You haven't found anything, have you?
That explains why you've got that room near the orchard bit with the sealed door. I get the feeling this is going to go somewhere. And a strange substance on the processing console. Might have anything to do with you?
Well, maybe. I might have had a supersized cup of mixed purpleberry punch and lemon slap that I might have knocked over when I was running routine diagnostics. Look, I know what you're thinking, but I have the proper permit to mix those drinks. I just left it in my other work uniform.
Unfortunately, our daily behavior is filled with such inanity the truest alibis often sound the weakest.
Hey, we have a lot of uniforms. It's hard keeping track of all your belongings.
You're more upset about the drink mix than the fried console?
Product experimentation without an R&D license is even more severe than damage to company property. Wouldn't want anyone thinking I'm making black market mixed drinks.
Also found a toxic mix of fertilizer and weed killer and some purpleberry saplings. Thoughts?
Why should weed killer affect saplings? Weed killer. It's in the name. It should kill only weeds. That really seems like it's more on product design than on me.
I'm starting to think you might be inadvertently responsible for all this shit.
But there's nothing to come clean about. I've just been doing my best out here.
Interesting. Well, yes, you kind of need to be. Right, so interesting. I do wonder if I have to come back and talk to her later, maybe. I feel like, again, maybe I've inadvertently skipped ahead with the quest. Because I was just exploring around a bit. Interesting. Okay, hang on. Let's take this quest back to the people in question and see what they have to say. Because they could point me to her as like a part of the quest. Ahoy.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
I noticed
How's the
that.
investigation going? You got a complete report for me yet?
Completed my investigations.
Alright, let's hear the details.
The drink was spilled over the processing console, shorting it out.
A drink? I ain't never heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it. I hate to say it, but that sounds more like worker carelessness.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't even need to cause you problems. Your own workers do enough.
Herbicide mixtures fertilizer, which ended up killing the saplings.
Ha! Knew Slug was behind the damn sabotage.
Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stems, not some half-assed poisoning.
Took care of the roaming exterminator,
I see
auto-mechanicals.
you left a few of them intact even. Smashed more than I'd like, but I guess I'm glad you didn't obliterate them all.
Never did like leaving a job half-finished myself, but that's me.
So what were the fine details of the sabotage anyhow? Were Slug's lackeys trying to get the mechanicals to kill all our waspitos?
I mean, I guess they were really trying to kill everything. They were just always trying to mess with your livelihood.
Of course. And what better way to do that than by targeting our pollinizers? They'd be a hell of a pain to kill manually, but if you set the mechanicals to do it...
In your delusional fantasy, the waspitos wouldn't be out until next pollinization cycle. Wouldn't someone notice the rampant mechanicals beforehand?
That seems like a question you should be asking yourself.
Is there a way to manually initiate a pollinization cycle?
Well, yes, it's possible to manually start and end cycles in hive control, but we keep a careful watch on it. And there have been no non-Rizzo's personnel in or out.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't Slug, then who the hell was it?
Say nothing, no idea, sorry.
You picked a hell of a time to lose your tongue over there, friend. I guess I can't force you to tell me anything, but the peace of mind would have been worth much to me. Right now, we of the orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're gonna get. Can you mediate?
Ah, what the hell. The orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is agitating.
Makes sense. You wasted Slug's time and tried to blame everyone who screw up pay up. Slug's presence is making productivity in the orchard worse. Rizzo's will have bits to spare after the brown unveiling. Could pay them then with interest. With you switch speaker for a second longer, I'll rip your tongues out. Yeah, that's a good one. So I guess I could technically have dubbed in that woman, because I get the feeling she was inadvertently responsible for all of those things. I'm not exactly sure how the auto mechanicals came into it, but I guess we'll see what happens.
Never like paying bits if I ain't gotta, but you're right. If we get production finished now, we'll be able to pay later. Thoughts, Slug Boy?
I think that's the first interesting suggestion I've heard since our back and forth began. Slug can wait for an increase in costs. I hope we won't have this conversation again.
Hey. Okay, all good. Sorted. And Rizzo's reputation increased too. Was that a thing? Oh, it is now. Wow! 1%! Yay! Okay, fine, whatever. Okay. So that's all of that. So in terms of... Oh, this keeps showing up here, it's annoying. Right, so quests. So yeah, it looks like that's the only one I got left. In terms of... Oh, the hump. In terms of where to go. No more quests have shown up. So my guess is that she did something and screwed everything up. And... Oh, hello. I actually hit level 36 too, that's nice. Okay. Worker Break Shack. Whoops. That's fine, there's no way in here. It's not one of them. Fair enough. Excuse me. Oh, hello. There was someone here.
You don't know how grateful I am for the morale improvement. My life.
Morale improvement program, huh? I'm assuming that's the thing where you get a slug implanted in your neck. Based on what I've read so far, at least.
You're an artist, Captain.
I wouldn't say I'm an artist, but I'm pretty good. Alright, there's not too many places left to check out. Let's see what else we got.
That's the last of him!
Hope so. So what's all this then? The hive, orchards all the way back. RR and DD labs. As long as it's not RDRR. Oh, lame. All right. Orchard worker, you got a slug. Yep, you got a slug in your neck. Hang on. Oh, excuse me. I wonder if this Dissident Queen thing, like, I should probably actually, like, read it, because I get the feeling it might actually be, you know, important. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So there's nothing actually in here that's, like, necessary, is there?
Nicely done.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just good like that. Okay, so in terms of mainline story, still seems to want me to be over here. Oh, hello. Ah, the RR and DD labs. Well, I already know where those are. Aren't I lucky? Oh, it's inside. It's an actual inside. Ooh. I wasn't expecting the place to be abandoned, I'll be honest with you.
Hello? I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacities, please locate the test room through the lobby and to the left. You'll see me through the glass.
Okay. I will do that. After I've looted the fuck out of the place, of course. Oh, we got reception terminal. Any recent appointments? Mrs. Ruth Bellamy. So Halcyon Helen did show up here. Lab tour. Administrator Ludovico. Product presentation. Hello, I'm sorry I haven't had the chance to get your name yet and update the terminal. When you have a moment, could you bring a mop into the lobby? Dr. Blossom seems to have had a rather rough night and spilled some coffee on the floor. When the blessed corporate law is all that commotion down there, don't believe the rocket fuel combination distillery mixture was scheduled for another week. Could someone please inform me what all the racket is about? I have a dang good reason for interrupting my meeting with the administrator. I expect a full explanation and apology. Interesting. So something happened here. Is this where the slugs broke containment, I wonder? Wouldn't surprise me for a second, but we'll see where this goes. Oh, hi.
How in the Aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now? What do you want? Speak up and quickly if you will.
I'm investigating Halcyon Helen's murder. Was she here recently?
You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can't be too sure with so many simpletons around in the day-to-day. Regardless, I am not at liberty to divulge such information with non-employees or personnel lacking security clearance level Spectrum Orange. Of course, if you were to say, contract your services to me, I suppose I could grant you clearance enough to answer your murder-related questions, Ms. Inspector. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry. Hence why I've barricaded myself in the lab.
Is there anything you can do to help?
Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab.
It's a start.
Perhaps you'll find some useful apparatus or two in them.
Didn't see any hostiles on the way here from the entry door. You could make a run for it.
And lose my life's work? Want me to just burn my lab and my entire future to the ground over one experiment that's gotten rather out of hand? No, I think not. We merely need to clean up the mess, so to speak. Reset the lab back to functional parameters.
Do any researchers in this colony give a damn about human lives? Or does having a conscience make you unqualified for the job?
Probably both.
Staff can be replaced, you know. Research data? Now that's invaluable.
What was only allowed to turn your researchers against you?
Oh no. They're quite unaware of their actions, I'm afraid. We're a research and development branch of Rizzo's, focused primarily on the Spectrum vodka line. But the specific research that goes on in this facility is utterly confidential. You understand?
Ooh, Persuade 105. I'll find out when hunting through the lab. You might as well tell me up front.
So you've no qualms about snooping through my precious research files. But will you understand the data once you've acquired it? Essentially, we research new innovations for an array of Rizzo's products. My present troubles stem from one we've just developed. The product's potential for profit is nearly limitless. But I'm afraid explaining the science behind it would far exceed your capability for understanding.
Okay. Although I think I can see where this is going. So, putting the worms in the brown was a deliberate ploy, was it?
Now, was there anything else?
Alright, I'll take care of your problem, but you'll have to answer me some questions afterward.
Excellent. You have my gratitude, and soon you'll have my knowledge of Miss Bellamy's recent visit as well. Now, if you'd rather not kill my lab techs during this cleanup, I believe you can dispense a sedative gas from a terminal in the utility room.
Still ain't a fan of the way she talks about her workers. I say, we prove her wrong, and find a way to save these people.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down. I'll unseal the access hallway for you now. Do take care.
Alright, let's go save some people. Let's actually see if we can save some people. I'd like to. Machine, okay, I might use that in a minute.
Yet another researcher killed in the line of duty. Who knew research and development was such a dangerous profession?
Pretty much everybody around here, I think. Oh, hey, Jagoth, you return. I didn't know you were here in the first place, but okay. Alright, let's sell my junk. That'll free up a bit of space. Ooh, good chunk. Alright. Actually, let's buy ammo, because why not? You were here before, you were trying to get Diablo 3 to work, and you needed to restart the computer. Oh, okay, fair enough. I did see that there was a viewer, but it obviously doesn't say who you are, so, you know. Alright, do we need anything? Do we need to keep anything? Bolter, pistol, group gun. Most of this stuff can just go, I think. projecting Robin's spine. That one I'll keep. That looks unique. Hunting rifle hyper. Fair enough. Plasma rifle. What's the one I've currently got? I've got a light assault rifle. Mark 3. Level 36. I've leveled up a bit since I last checked that. I could probably increase its level a bit if I found a Tinker's Workbench. I really need to remember that stuff. Okay, so probably just sell all the guns. Unless I specifically want to keep them. Group gun, bolter pistol. I mean, I might keep that because it's different. How about you? Anything special? Ooh, what's this? Burst ambulation cap. Fuck. Okay. What we got? Oh no, I don't want that. Maybe melee +5? Nah. Stealth? No. Sneak? No. Defensive skills? No. Keep you because you're unique. Hack 7. I think we can probably get rid of all of these. I don't really look at them for the most part. You all keep because you're unique. Okay, so that's good. What was I going to do? That's right. So we got. You direct you to turn a utility room that could dispense the city to on the mountain to spare their lives. Yeah. Okay. So we got to go to a utility room. Where? This friendly custodial granted apology. The other holds crowded with gas canisters. Quite a few of them, only one of them me. Be cautious, they're filled with a sedative potent enough to put a hungry mama raptidon out cold. Team and I heading to the Grand Colonial Bar this evening for some drinking. Increase protective measures and moving around the research and development. Increasing the required safety gear for lab workers involved. Some of you know a few recent accidents involving subjects. Left workers maimed, scarred, and one worker had their left hand permanently discolored to a shade of lime green. Fair enough. Rizzo's recent development. Oh, that's why it's RR&DD. Rizzo's Research and Development District. Right. Okay, so tanks filled with the sedative gas. Oh, wrong button. Guess we're going down here then. Got it. I'm assuming it's in here. Ah, bollocks, of course it is. So it looks like we gotta go around. Stealth is not the thing I'm best at. I'm not terrible at it, but I'm not great at it either. Come on, you two, in so I can close the door. Come on. Come on. Yep. Alright. Let's see how well we can get on. So we can go, I'm thinking, oh, that way actually might be closed off. We might be able to find a way up and around. Probably the way we gotta go. Or this could be a complete and total dead end, I don't know. Doesn't appear to be any people around here. Oh, there is stairs, however. Ah, so I could sneak above. Right, so I could sneak into there and around through there. Or I could sneak down the stairs, assuming the upstairs is safer, which there's no guarantee of that. Let's be honest. No, this was just a dead end. Okay, well, it was worth a try, I guess. Sulfur-soaked top hat. Can we take it? Apparently not. Which is a shame. It looks dapper. Okay, looks like we're going upstairs for now. Or we oh, no, we're not. I thought we were, but the door is friggin' closed. Okay, so that completely scuppers that plan, doesn't it? What's the point of that? Gives you a thing on the map that says, hey, look, you can totally go this way, except you can't. What's the starting point? Yeah, there's no door there. Alright, well, it looks like we're going that way then. And just hope that I can. Just need to get up to the door. Yep, figured as much. All this just because I'm trying to be the nice guy. Definitely facing the other way.
Guessing they film all their advertisements here. You know, if this whole place came crashing down, it'll make the colony a better place.
Well, potentially. We'll see what we can arrange. Okay. Go. Okay. Few lab notes. Alright, we'll read that after we send the gas out. Now we just gotta get through this room.
Look at all that Rizzo. Like something out of my nightmare.
That's right, bugger off you. Go, 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 go. Little too close for comfort. Ah. Made it. Alright. Welcome to tonight. We're happy to have you as a organic custodian. It's your responsibility to ensure the rotations of employees is tidy. Work like a charm. Okay. I could be a janitor. Running far corrupted. Please guess how to do your job to the best of your ability. Makes sense. Okay, now that they're all asleep, we can do some proper exploring. First day. I've gotten 17 requests from lab work that I had to respond to. Also managed to find time to sweep, mop, and buff this whole place. It's hoping that the employee how-to document would help me with some of these machines that I've never seen before in my life. Guess what? That asshole left it completely blank. Got a request from Dr. Blossom to hook up the gas lines, some canisters, mixed with a heavy sedative. Luckily I've got enough experience cleaning all the muck that's building up in the vents, because it's done in a couple of days. Still, I wonder what they're needing this for. Jackpot, since I read that stupid orientation document, I've been hoping they'd ask me to volunteer for something. Here it is. I get to be a taste of the newest Spectrum flavor. In the lab. Oh dear, that probably didn't end well for him. Wait! God almighty, why does that always have to hit you in the face? And hey, I hit level 36, so that's always good. Okay, what we got? What was the number we were trying to get my line Intimidate up to? It was a 60 something. Because Intimidate is upped by 23 points, so that's already at 80, so that's fine. Wouldn't mind upping Light. What was it? Was it 64? 65? It was something like that. Alright, so we'll put that 1 point in the medical just to take that up to 60, because why not? I think it was 64. But we'll up it to 65 because why not? Do I need Persuade to be any higher? Not really. Do I need Lockpick to be any higher? I mean, technically speaking, if I wanted it any higher than what it currently is, I'd have to take it all the way up to 150 for it to be useful. Medical, Science. Hacking's over 100, Locking's over 100. Sneaking is actually at 74, thanks to Felix, so sneaking isn't terrible. Don't bother with sneak attacks, there's no point. What else do I need? Just put some into Intimidate just to put that up a bit. Intimidate and Persuade. Persuade doesn't really need to be any higher. It really doesn't. I don't think so anyway. Some into Science or I could just top up Engineering, I guess. Take it up to 50. Do I need Engineering for anything? Well, let's put some into Engineering, just take it up to 50 because why not? And then 1 point into Long Guns, because that always helps. Because I think that might be my last level. I think. I don't know. It's sort of hit level 36, but I don't know if I can get any more on top of that. And we have a perk. I've got no idea what I want. Okay, let's see what we've got. Lone Wolf. Damage when alone party. Nope. Walk speed. See, walk speed and sprint speed, that's a possibility. I could get either of those. Companion crit chance. Science weapons up. Damage per floor. I don't take floors. Fast travel when encumbered, not an issue. Companion kills. Vendor prices. Science weapon damage. Interactable highlight range. Vendor buying price. Quiet weapon damage. I don't have any of those. Nope. Nope, none of those. Science weapon. Damage while your health is low. I don't get low health all that much these days. Headshot kills. 25 within 25 meters. Next attack can guarantee critical hit. 5 companions. I really don't know what I want. There's not a lot I need. Vendor prices aren't really that needed. I've got so much friggin' money. Although that'll go down if I start upping my guns a bit. I guess I could just put walk speed up or run speed up. Do I want to walk faster or run faster? Running faster I think would be better. So I guess we'll get that one. I can't think of anything else I want. Like, at all. Okay, so that's that sorted. I'm assuming that's everything asleep, including the... Yeah, okay. I hope it did sleep them and not kill them, because it looks like it killed them. But in this game, that's more or less the same thing. Alright, now we can explore the place. Check any consoles I didn't look at. Loot people's shit off them. And hopefully everything will be fine. Actually, it has just gone 5, so we'll take a quick break and we'll see where this is going. I'm pretty sure I'm along the right lines in my theory about where the plot line of this is going. The only thing I'm not sure is how, I guess, culpable Rizzo is in this whole thing. Whether they did this deliberately as a way to just increase their sales and take control. You know, whether this is an actual power play or whether they're just idiots being idiots who have unleashed something horrible because they're idiots. Or it's both. It could well be both. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Back in a minute, guys. Okay, and we are back. Alright, let's get back into it, shall we? Let's read a terminal. Alright, lab notes. Product innovation trial, KO8, produced moderate results. 0 calorie sweetener produces 36% of the amount of dopamine compared to popular cigarette brands. It's possible this is as far as we can go without introducing subjects that would categorize them as a tobacco product. And we're already towing the line as it is. I'm interested in a trial with a larger set of subjects. However, our lab's resources are getting cut thanks to the new lab that's begun across the hall. Maybe we can offer it to our colleagues in the marketing lab, show them a thing or two regarding proper science. Interesting. Apologize, but I wouldn't be doing this team justice if I didn't question the budget cuts I've seen. I had to show off 3 products and we're losing 2 more researchers. That wasn't a presentation. I'm sure you didn't intentionally mean to scream in terror and assume the fetal position with Spectrum Brown and its slogan were unveiled. It has to be something the marketing lab did. For law's sake, they aren't even real scientists. These messages both teams of marketing and product lab who do not know the extent of your squabbles, but they end here. If it weren't for the incredible projection Spectrum Brown shows, we'd all be out of work, out in embarrassment at the presentation. He screamed and ran into the fetal position? What the fuck happened? What blessed corporate law is... what in blessed corporate law is all that commotion down there? Ah, yes, we read that one before, didn't we? Okay. Right. Well, we successfully managed to sneak through the area at least, so that was good. As I say, I don't do stealth all that much. So I'm glad I was able to work it out. I'm more of a go in and blast everybody kind of guy. It's not to say I'm not any good at stealth. You know, me playing Horizon Zero Dawn has proven that, yes, I can stealth. And I'm actually pretty good at it. It doesn't mean it's just not something I favor all that much. I don't mind stealth. I've played enough stealth-based horror games to have learned the ins and outs of it. Stealth games are very much dependent on how much information the player is given. Because the more information you have, the easier it can be. Information in a stealth game has to be clear and concise. You know, something you can look at and at a glance know whether you're safe or not, whether, you know, they're detecting you or not, that kind of stuff. It's a tricky balance, because you have to balance, you know, how much information you give versus how much information you don't. Alright, what we got? Don't drink the coffee. Told Blossom we weren't crazy. Every single one of us began to have clinical insomnia. She tells us it's because we drink too much coffee. Well, it is because of the coffee, or more so what's in the coffee. I had the janitor swap out the coffee grinds an hour later than usual this morning, and what do you know? I've been asleep all day. Those jokes in product have been messing with our supply. Don't ask me how, I just know it. They think they're so smart because they know how molecules work. Well, they aren't the only ones who can create chemical dependency. I've got a Pavlovian prank in place for the Spectrum Ground presentation, of course, quite a show. Oh, that's why. So it was just a prank. Okay. Good to hear the new Rizzi's good Halcyon Helen, the spokesperson for a new Spectrum project, so that's Brown. Our data shows she's favorable disposition, many key categories, blah 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 blah. Any message in Mark Lab, extend your squabbles. Yeah, we read that one. We read that one, okay. Oh, I appear to be stuck in. There we go. Happens sometimes. You just get stuck in someone's inventory screen. Sluggy like. Alright, so we've been all around in there. We didn't check these two rooms out. It ain't nailed down, I'm taking it. Yoink. Alright. Ah, showers. On the other side of the kitchen. That seems like a safe place to put them. Because where else would they go? Alright, so that's all of that. Let's head on upstairs. Oh hey, I am running faster. Whee. You know, I think I've hit my level cap. Just looking at how this hasn't gone up any, I think. Because if you look at it now, the level 36 thing is totally full. But it hasn't, like, reset back to blank. So I think 36 may be the level cap. Wouldn't entirely surprise me, but there we are, I guess. Unless they add in more DLC, which could up it even further, of course. I think they were only planning 2, so this could well be, like, the end of the journey for...
This is quite troubling. I can't imagine any scenario where this bodes well for the Doctor.
Well, that's not good. Yep, okay. So someone snuck in and did a thing, and now they're dead. Great. After all that friggin' trouble I went through.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
You gauge that this event probably isn't supposed to be giving open. Beyond that, it's difficult to tell if someone used it to enter the lab or to escape from it. Seems daring either way, and fun if a little scary. Like something in character a serial adventure might do. The cut wire in the box, someone wanted the power cut to something, you're not quite sure what. So they escaped that way, huh?
Dr. Blossom was a horrible person.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Yeah, there is such a thing as respect for the dead, Felix. Bit mean.
Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely dead. But recently, they were still alive.
No shit. You sure you heard a gunshot earlier? Loss of blood is oddly minimal. Much thought you were unable to deduce any further details. Reducing and hearing a gunshot over the intercom, you don't see any bullet casings. However, Dr. Bellin confronted over the intercom, they dispatched her and all 4 of these scientists without much resistance, meaning they must be well trained, some kind of sharpshooter or adventurer.
What do you think happened?
Oh. 5 kills in and out before we could catch a glimpse of the culprit. I'd expect more blood.
As would I. Something is off about this whole situation.
Was the... Are we being set up? Is this staged in some way?
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
I'm wondering if this has been, like, staged or something.
Not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... This is Dr. Blossom. Eridanium gigaseous Slug Research Report 1. Subject: a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board. But at the end of the day, they still look like my brother would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much like my brother, who works for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. It's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see doubles, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum lock done.
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
Something doesn't add up here. Aerofile detected was successfully downloaded to external data. Apologies for late notice, but Mercedes requested a tour of the facility while she was visiting Eridania to prepare her arrival in the morning. Well, we already did it again. Long last, you located a bottle of Spectrum Black hidden in a crevice in the musty shelf space of the storage warehouse last night. Must be closer to finally getting the Spectrum Gatling to work. And what happened? You got all the way back to the water tower before running into a group of primals already diverting themselves with fruits of fermented variety. One bad blackout later, and here you are, covered in primal vomit without the Spectrum Black. Fair enough. That's the corporate law. Is the commotion down there? Yeah, okay. File deleted. Ooh. Got enough hack for that. Tests involving the parasite, slugs, reduce sounding results, even when compared against some of the promising methods of producing a brain chemical dependency. The pheromone secrete produces dopamine more effectively than anything on record. Further tests will continue researching how much of the compound we can introduce to subjects and observe the effects. Despite our less than ideal presentation to administration, the product impressed for 2 main reasons. As mentioned before, this project produced that boozy feel-good stimulus like no other, but more importantly, the pheromone makeup is completely unique, which means there are no regulations surrounding its classification. The idea of a completely addictive product with zero law surrounding it would certainly justify any means.
We gotta hunt this killer down, boss. They're not gonna stop until we do.
The late variants of Spectrum vodka. Ooh. And then 12 refined glass cage. Trying to avoid damn thing refuses to work, and does that cause it's me? Why am I wired like this? Why? Whenever I try to fiddle with the internal server, I broke parts off. And failed. Problem of course I couldn't get artistic. So I can get to a special gun. Yeah, I can get to a special gun if I find all the Spectrum vodka stuff. Oh yeah. Masks. So I've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and black. They are literally the colors of the rainbow. So I just need an indigo, apparently. So do I actually have them all in my inventory? I probably do, because I've just... There's been all over the place. So, Spectrum vodka. Yeah, I guess I just do. Okay then, well, fair enough. Well, okay, something weird's going on here. Like, things feel a bit staged. As I said, I wonder if this is all part of, like, I don't know, like a presentation or something. And yet, I feel like there's also something else going on here as well. So it's like there's two layers to this, and they're kind of conflicting with each other. Something weird's going on. I don't know what. Like, you know, she is clearly really dead. And yet at the same time... Oh, I knew that was going to fucking happen.
Please evacuate the orchards at this time. Releasing the mosquitoes for pollination. Cycle is now in progress.
I knew that was going to happen.
Mosquitoes are being released. Am I the only one not surprised by this? Someone must think we're getting too close to the truth.
No, I saw it coming as well. I fucking knew that was going to happen. I knew it! Alright, so we gotta sneak. I know where I've got to go. I'm just gotta get there. Ooh, oh shit, that ain't good.
Looks like
Can
we're
I,
doing this.
can I kill these things? Is that even possible? Oh crap. Oh crap, I can't go past them. Ah, I'm stuck. You're fine, guys. No, we're fine. Hooray, okay. Nope, can't do it when I'm in combat. Gotta kill him. We good? Nope, still can't use it while I'm not in combat. Hello. That was a little more active than I would have liked, but screw it. Screw it all. It's all the stage play like Super Mario Bros. 3.
Reminder,
Alright.
mosquitoes are aggressive pollinators who have been known to be extremely territorial.
Multiple tool will be non-script anywhere else, but here there's something strange about it.
Tool is comprised of 99% plastic, 0.5% steel, and 0.5% carbonated sugary beverage. Trace amounts of kerosene, alcohol, hydrazine, and liquid hydrogen also detected.
Everything is chemical everywhere. It's rocket propellant. This tool has been previously used somewhere involving refueling ships. Casing is pot marked with scratch. It's been well used. You also notice a dense long steel panel haphazardly nailed to the side. Unique phenomenal sense, you tear the panel off, revealing a slug logo underneath.
What have we found?
There are fuel traces on the multi-pool. Could be from the docks or the distillation station. Like if they ever released mosquitoes was a slug employee.
Yeah, I figured those wasp ketos didn't escape by accident.
Well, yes. He's also a slug employee.
Or maybe they were close to somebody who was a slug employee.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not necessarily conclusive of anything. Alright. Good, there we go. Check recent activity. That's pressure points. Exceeds the system's 2-week threshold and has since been purged. Hello. Generally, when two co-workers get blasted out of their minds, Inspector Vogler one of them makes a joke about how wild it would be. Someone put wasps and mosquitoes together. He doesn't wake up the next day with a promotion, a couple 100,000 rabid insects on his back porch. I appreciate a good joke as much as the next guy, but I got a message earlier today about making sure I increase quarterly yields, and it wasn't from you. You wanted to. I know. I don't know. Bail me out sooner rather than later. I'd be most obliged. Put it bluntly, this place is one bad key press away from total disaster. Earlier today, I accidentally selected the begin polarization cycle function from the terminal. Cycle just activated. No password protection. Confirmation message. That's the end of the scheduled tour. Somehow the idiot groundskeeper exterminated mechanical got activated. Given there were mosquitoes something to sting that wasn't a tour group, those people barely got away with their lives. I don't think we'll be so lucky next time. Reread the last message very deep as the most heartfelt apology. Been such an entitled bore. Okay. Since I received the promotion, in reality I should have been thanking you to receive it today. Yeah, it looks like he got happiness. He got one of those slugs in his neck. Still, we stopped the wasps from going nuts. And yes, but looking at my XP bar, which hasn't moved one iota in a little bit, does look as though level 36 is going to be the cap. That's fair. So in terms of... I don't necessarily know if anything on the map that can point me in that direction. Oh, that's right. I can talk to her about it. I still don't know why the map won't load properly. I think that might be just like a bug or a glitch or something. It just takes ages for the map to load for some reason. And I'm not sure why. Oh, they're still out. Why are they still out? Right. I don't know.
Hushing up.
They shouldn't be still out. They should be gone. But screw it. Let's just get the hell out of here. I don't need to stay here anymore. I wonder if you've got it. Running something. No, it doesn't look like it. Although you do have some ammo, so I'll take that. Hello.
Welcome to the Nut Hut, the only place you can get Rizzo's ground up, pound up fruit drinks, made with mostly berries and twigs. Now I'd love to get you something, maybe a couple somethings. Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
Have you sold any Spectrum from the storage warehouse shipment?
Wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste.
Alright. What have you got? We need indigo. Very punch. There's yellow, orange, and red. Darn it. Looks like we'll have to try somewhere else. So I'm assuming that's just... yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll have to see if we can find indigo elsewhere. Was it indigo? Whichever one it was. Alright. Let's head on in here and talk to the necessary people. Also, is there... Spectrum red. I always expect to just start wandering in here like every time I've done something important and like more and more people are taken over by the slugs. Maybe. That's glacial water. Ooh. Well, at least they moved the body. Sort of. Apparently I can just take this and no one's going to complain. See, look there. They've got the slug on the friggin' logo. That was what tipped me off. So it's pretty obvious what the plan is at this point. Like, I don't think I need to, you know, mention about anything. Can you? Nope, maybe not. Okay.
We should try to solve the puzzle hedges.
Oh, hello. This place is open now. This was not open when I was here before. Hi.
Greetings, attractive patrons.
Oh, thank
Please allow me to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails.
Do you have violet? Was it violet or was it indigo? I only need one. Is that it? That was it. Bingo. It was indigo. Why did I think it was violet? I don't know. Anyway, we'll do what we need to do here. All right.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
High roller suite.
You're around here somewhere. No, nope, not that. Oh, Helen, what are you doing with
There
one of
is
these?
such a thing as too clean.
Do you think it's strange that I'm hearing you say that?
Okay. Oi.
Oh, sweet gibbering law. Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like.
Who are you and why are you in my room? Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you.
I'm the mascot for the Rizzo's Rangers, 3-time non-consecutive all-Halcyon champions. And what I want is to wish you a good day and be on my way. I seem to have wandered into the wrong premises. I have mistaken this penthouse for the Rizzo's Rangers locker room on account of my headgear cutting off my peripheral vision.
Oh. Damn it. Look, I'm not gonna just relax and tell me what you're up to.
Fair enough. You seem pretty decent. Also, you're guarding the only way out.
Correct.
I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message, something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
You're out of luck. I already found it. It's pretty incriminating. It's not a lie. I have already found it. I think. Wasn't that the thing where he was like crying into it or something? What's the hurry? We got time. Tell me everything.
It's extremely difficult for me to tell you no. In fact, I'm experiencing enormous mental anguish right now. Will you meet me later over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
So we're not know now. Yeah, okay, I think this is one time to intimidate him.
What? But I can't? Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I can't. Not here. I'm sorry. The pilot house complex. Meet me there, and I'll tell you everything, I swear.
Okay, have you got one of those slugs in your neck too? You just can't see it behind the thing. Interesting. Alright, trying to remember where that thing even was. Oh well. Let's talk to what's his face.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
And more than a few lives. Does that not bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
Reach for cigarettes. The plot thickens, Administrator.
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
She was in trouble when I found her. The other workers had turned violent.
Her commitment to her NDA was admirable. I'll make sure to accelerate the payout of her death benefits to her next of kin.
Oh, that's nice of you. All I know is she recognized the killer.
Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Helen insisted on touring the Rizzo's R&D lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
What were you going to show her during the tour?
Little of consequence. We'd tour the grounds, pause at some locations appropriate for a portrait, let her shake hands with our scientists. Public relations.
She spent a little time at the orchard. Found evidence she was at a picnic.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
You know, it just sort of dawned on me. I'm not sure if I should be telling this guy everything. But, yeah, someone still dated from 1 year terminals. But hey, I might as well, because maybe he can tell me something in return.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the mosquito attack. I think someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
I'll let you know if I do.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in my room? Should I tell him that? Let's say just talk to me later. Okay, I'll leave that one be. Might be something, might not be. I'm not sure. Did we get a journal thing for that? And then he chafed. Okay, price of tossball, go to this meeting spot. Oh, that's right, I can level everybody else up while we're here. Here's what everybody else had. I never got her this one. Second wind. Yeah, that could come in handy. Although I don't really use her that much anymore, so it doesn't matter as much. Actually, that one could be quite useful if I ever travel around her, so I'll get that one. What do you got? Extract mods in the field. I'll just go with that one. I've got on the others. What about you, Sam? I like how we just didn't even have one there. Sure, why not? Is there a Tinker's workbench in here? I think there was somewhere. There. Huh. Alright. Still mod. Tinker means I want to level it up. That's a lot of bits. Probably shouldn't have done all that, never mind. Oh well, done it now. And hey, that's a lot of damage. Nice.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Okay. Oh, yeah, fine. I'll stick with who I've got. Alright, so that guy seems to want to... Oh, please. Yeah, he wants to talk to me over there. I'll hurry up and load in map, please, so I know where the hell I'm going. Maybe get over there yet? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, that doesn't look good. And the slugs are slowly taking over because of course they are.
Don't mess with the best.
I just wanted to make
We all in one piece?
Stop that. Well, he died. Looks like I can go over there now. Cool. So we got 3 different areas. I've got to find this guy and talk to him. I don't know if there's anything else. Where would I have to go to? That's back over here. And you were over there, which I'm assuming is still sealed off. It was last time I checked. Alright. Tell you what we will do, because I really, really want it, let's go get that special gun and see what it is. Might be fun to use. Probably not, but it might be. You never know.
Much better use for Spectrum than drinking it. Ironically, almost as lethal.
Spectrum Gatling. Could be fun. Long gun. Science weapon. Might be fun to mess around with. Probably not, but might be. You never know. Hey, it's another quest crossed off the list, I suppose. Alright, so. Yes, of course, because it has to load in, because reasons, I guess. Okay. So we want to go over to this guy, that's where his thing is. We'll have to go there first. Not a good sign that the slugs are slowly taking over, though. Which I did kind of call. But I kind of figured it would be a bit more subtle than that, but I guess not. Oh.
Can't imagine where you misplaced your old pair.
Oh, hello.
Best there ever was.
I'm gonna need a 0G after that.
What's initials inscribed on it?
Must be an antique.
But aren't those your initials?
Fair enough. Oh, there was a workbench right there too. Never mind. Area we can check out later with its multicolored smoke, which is, I'm sure, a wonderful sign. Ow. Would there even be a lower section for this tiny one? After repeatedly falling from great heights. No thanks. I forgot that those things were even in the... Well, I didn't really forget, but I forgetting that I hadn't gotten with the pop-ups. So it is. Okay. The thing is, taking the floors gets you extra perk points, but most of the perks aren't desperately useful. Like, you know, a lot of them are very situational, and, you know, the ones I haven't got, I'm like, I can live without them. It's not really a biggie. I've got all the ones I want. I mean, maybe I could have had one more I really wanted, but that was just a faster walking speed. And honestly, I've got the faster running speed, so I think I got the better of the two.
Hey, you. Come take a look.
Hey, you look like you need some stuff. Fancy watch? Spare cufflink? Single earring? You want it, I've got it.
Doing okay?
Me? Oh, sure. Terrific. Never better. And as soon as I pay off my docking fines, I'll be back on my feet and in my ship.
Docking fines?
So it turns out Slug has some pretty strict rules on vehicle docking, and I may have broken a few of them. Who'd think Slug would be so strict?
Docking rules?
Let's see. There's docking without prior authorization, double docking, docking into adjacent vessels, docking while under the influence of alcohol, docking while under the influence of caffeinoids, and loitering.
Sounds like me on a Tuesday.
And that reminds me that I've got delinquency fees accruing on top of the original docking fines. Which is why I'm hoping you'll purchase my fine wares.
Are you selling the junk?
Junk? My friend, this is not junk. These are people's prized possessions. Priceless personal effects, beloved souvenirs and knickknacks.
How did you come by them?
Huh? Oh, well, some of the guests left this stuff behind.
You mean you stole it?
I would certainly not admit to that, even if it were true. Take a look for yourself.
What have we actually got here? We got some ammo, I guess I'll buy that. Never have enough of that shit. Yep, enjoy it. So yeah, that's the point.
I knew you'd be back.
But, alright.
I knew...
I always forget to repair my shit. I forget this game's even got that as a mechanic, because it so rarely comes up. Alright. So what have we got here? You're an engineer, generic?
Got a real lucky break working on Eridanos. I could have been stuck on Terra too.
Alright, what have we got? Meteorological control station, pilot house entrance. Okay. Load, please. Load, please. Thank you. Alright, so we've got a couple of buildings dotted around. Looks like what's that way? But let's have a look. Ooh, no, you're just security. No one important enough to have a name by the looks of it.
Sure he's not in the museum.
Even if he is, no one will think you dressed the same as him on purpose.
I was at breakfast first.
You just got these things just dotted around all over the place. Alright, what have we got? Can we just go in? Apparently we can. Pilot house. I don't even know what that is. It's just a thing. Right, let's see what we've got over here first, because this one looks to be the, I guess, least interesting of the lot. No, apparently that's stealing. For some reason, that's stealing. Exterior engine. Oh, that's an exterior engine? That's an exterior engine. Maybe not. Okay, man. Nope, didn't look like it. Alright, so that's just an engine, and that's just buildings, I guess. Okay. Going. I have no idea at this point. I'm just going. Meteorological control station. Well, I can't say I'm that surprised.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh shit.
Discrepancy detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical life.
Drew nearest collarbone. I'm trouble finding the exit.
Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death?
Firearm. No conventional weapon either.
Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler.
Needler?
Yes, Inspector. The Needler. Bespoke handgun carried and wielded by Halcyon Helen. Famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge.
I think he missed his outfit.
This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering rhetorical questions.
I think it's potential evidence. Because why wouldn't I want it? Alright. Alright. So, looks like...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate brand. Suspicious residue detected.
There's always some brewing moonshine with antiseptics.
Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport.
I'm in. I don't know what I'm in, but I'm in it. I really need most of that stuff. Is it all owned in here? Yeah, it looks to be all owned. That's fine, it's not like I need it.
I wonder what they use this thing for.
Why do we got telescopes? Well, considering it's meteorological control, I would imagine it controls, you know, meteorological things. You know, things to do with meteorologicals. That would be my guess. Okay, logs. Sky's clear, it isn't storm. Fate instead around it. Ah! So this thing can actually move, which I suppose makes sense, actually, thinking about it. I did wonder what happened about that. Official logs. Password locked this direction, official to start checking. So beside this, let's match up with order 4 different meals and send them all back. Find palette. The other day, Halcyon Helen was enjoying a spectrum on the terrace. Stars really are just like the rest of us. The ranger started tussling one of the fountains. Gardener also met spent hours popping the flowers back up. So you can find it on your shift, first to 3 wins. Teacup cannons and matching outfits. Falling off the edge of the island. Tristan greenhouse. Why would he do this? Too serious. That just them messing around with stuff. That does at least explain what they were doing with this. They were just bored, using it as their little game of I Spy. Fair enough. Oh god, is that the time already? Okay, well it's just gone 6 o'clock, so we're going to have to stop here for now. We'll have a look-see in here. I don't know if there's anything in there yet. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, we've got a few leads going on, a few things here or there. The guy was murdered, although apparently he knew something. Although he had a slug in his neck, which I kind of saw coming, because of course he did. Yeah, not really a surprise on that particular front. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see ya. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.